What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Tas, tas, tas. Damn, I don't even want to do that looking at Sheila, but fuck it. Tas, tas, tas. We get it in. But before we get it in, let's get to that super Norteno intro. Welcome back to the collective clips. If you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure that you hit it. Put the notification bell on all. That way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I highly appreciate all your support, man. Thank you. I'm very humbled by it. Look at that Vatos Panza. Man, you already know this is about to be hilarious. Let's get into it, right? So let me tell you about the baby daddy family secret. Oh, yes, there's some secrets going on when it comes to Ricky. Whooping, there ain't no secrets. I don't like Southsiders. That's no secret. No, of course, that's no secret. But the secret is Sheila likes to get her wiggle on. By now, we already know there's two things in life, three things actually, that Sheila loves more than anything. Rodeo burgers, beating up bitches behind Ricky, and fat black dudes. Right? It just is what it is. And the occasional paisa. She likes to get her Vivo de Tres Animales on from time to time, especially when my tia's like, hey, bitch, Bo Jackson, get up. I know you're injured. I'm not a Bengal, bitch. Get up. Get up. We're going to go to the bar because I need you to pull out a couple paisitas because we're short on rent. Ricky's Social Security check ain't cutting it, bitch. So hurry up. Curl your hair. That stupid white girl has fucked up hair anyways. It doesn't matter. She curl it. Just sleep like that and just move around. The shit will curl, bitch. And hurry up. I'm running out of gas. We're running on fumes. We're going to get there. And so we got there. Hurry. Right? So, of course, my tia takes her out, and like a prostituta, she does what she does. It's unfortunate, but it's the life she lives. So let me tell you about an incident that happened that Pepe was involved, and Pepe blew his top. Pepe was ready to cause a race war over the bullshit. He was upset. So I've always told you that Sheila and Ricky, they have several children, right? They have about 3 or 4 kids. We've always been skeptical about number 2. Okay, number 1, there's no doubt about it, has a pencil neck. That baby was born with the Mongolian. That's Ricky's. Right off the top, there ain't even no doubt about it. That motherfucker is mini me Ricky. Little Rick. That's Little Rick for sure. He's running around like whooping, 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 whooping. We already knew he didn't cry. That motherfucker was born. The doctor's like, it's a boy. He was like, whooping. I don't like Southsider. Yep, that's Ricky's kid. But the second one's hair was just a little too kinky. A little too kinky, right? Something was going on there. He was a light-skinned baby. I looked at him and I was like, that motherfucker looked like Cat Williams, right? But according to Ricky, no, whooping, that's my kid, right? Yeah, in theory, but in reality, I'm going to tell you right now, bro, on your last violation, Sheila wasn't only swallowing whoppers. She was going for the everlasting black stopper, right? The heart stopper. Hey, she went black and whoo, she never came back. Now, I told you guys a story about her dealing with the dude, the neighbor down the street, right? He also dealt with my tia for a while. He was dealing with everything. That brother right there, he came in that motherfucker like Kanye West, like a druid. And he was just, don't look at me, but deal with me. That's just how that was. So anyways, I get a phone call. It's late at night. It's like midnight, right? My tia's calling me out there. She's screaming. And when my tia screamed, I'm thinking like someone's doing a home invasion or something bad's happening over there, right? And Pepe was staying there, so I didn't expect much from him. He'd be like, somebody's knocking at the door, tia. I think it's the task force. What that? Open the fucking door, stupid. I can't. It's not because I got a needle in one arm and my dick in my hand. So what do you expect me to do? You know, I don't like this shit. That's why I don't like coming up here. For 2 things. One, it smells like shit. And the number 2 thing is, this kid, the black ain't as good as it is down there. It's show, right? So anyways, he's no help because he's always sidetracked with tracks, if you know what I mean. So anyways, my tia's calling me screaming, you need to get over here. Ricky's about to beat the shit out of Pepe. Pepe's about to beat the shit out of a black dude, and the black dude's about to beat the shit out of Sheila, and Sheila's all beat up, if you know what I mean. Her lips are beat up, mijo. It looks like Wes Watson attacked her lips. Get over here. They're beat up, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, let me get over there. I need you to beat something up. I'm like, nah, it's not going to be Sheila's lips. I'll tell you that much. Her esophagus wouldn't be right fucking with me. So I pull up. And there's a whole lot of shit. There's a big black dude over there. He's a hefty cinch sack, right? So as I pull up, he's there like, who's this? Who's this motherfucker? Y'all done brought another motherfucker? Y'all Mexicans, there's too many Mexicans. I'm like, whoa, 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 hold up, Suge Knight, what's going on, Big U? Hey, what's happening with you? And he's like, nah, this bitch ain't let me see my kid. That's my kid. And I'm like, whoa, are you talking about number two? Because I call him number two. I call him number two because it's always been too much of a coincidence that he liked Tupac even more than I did, right? There was just something going on there. So she just crying, no, Ricky's going crazy. And I hear, Whoppin, you cheated on me again, Whoppin. It's a black to Whoppin. North and black work together, but not like that. Right? I'm like, oh, shit, right? And I can hear Pepe, you're fucking my hype, See, this is the problem coming over here. I come over here to get away from Changa, to get away from the police, to get in the spoon. I said, but right now you guys got me on the circumference of the spoon. I said, I can't just dive in. I said, and he sees me. He's like, hey, primo, what's up? There's a lot of shit going on right now. I'm surprised. Sheila cheated on me. I said, I'm like, what? Ricky's like, whooping? He's like, hey, shut the fuck up. I said, you know we have a thing going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like that one song, I got a thing for you, baby, when your man's locked up. So what if he's my primo? Understand that we keep it in the family. Archie Bunker. So I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro? This Africano right here, Moreno, thinks that that's his kid. Okay, look, okay. Hey, pay child support, is it? Let me get mine off the top. I'm going to need my cup because right now the way it works, see, I've been in that pussy, you've been in this, so has Ricky. So that means we all should get an equal cut, you know? I'm like, no, I don't think it works that way. Like, what about the kid? What about the fucking kid, is it? Tell me that kid don't look like Eddie Murphy, is it? Tell me that kid don't look like Eddie Murphy in that movie Vampire in Brooklyn. Keep it real, is it? That I already had Italian. Come on, is it? Hey, that about the every time we have pollo, that about to run. He runs. I'm like, hey, calm down, bro. That's a little racial. At this point in time, I'm from down south, and I'm gonna prove it. We don't like them out there. I'm like, all right, calm down. My dad's like, I don't want fucking a whole bunch of people arguing in my house. Sheila, you gotta come clean with your baby daddies, right? She just like, I didn't do nothing, right? I'm like, hey, whopping, Sheila, whopping, right? Well, yeah, whopping. This is Ricky, right? So Sheila finally breaks down in tears. The black dude's like, yeah, whopping, bitch, right? She don't power. Well, whopping. I'm going to tell you whopping. I gave her the whopper snapper. That's whopping. And so Ricky's like, well, you can't be coming over to my house. And Pepe's like, hey, say, listen, Moreno, listen. First of all, homie, have a little respect, they say. You want to know why you're supposed to have respect? Nah, blood, why am I supposed to have respect? Because I'm from Compton, they say. And if you don't have respect, I'm going to show you how the homies from Tortilla Flats do you, what they say. Not saying I'm from Tortilla Flat, but at the same time, I respect them after they say. And so dude's like, man, I don't give a fuck about no tortilla, no flat iron. All I know is that's my baby, and I want to see my son. So she does. Ricky's like, whooping up. He's all in tears, whooping up, put to the wake up bird on you, whatever. So she's like, okay, when you were locked up, he gave me a ride, and then I gave him a ride, and then he gave me another ride, and then I gave him another ride. Ricky's like, that's a lot of rides. We don't even have gas money. She was like, not that kind of ride. And I was like, Ricky, she gave him the ride. He's like, was it an active ride? Right? It wasn't a dropout ride. He might have dropped in. She passed out. That's look, the black dude's like, look, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that blood. Look, this is what it was. Okay, I seen her. She was looking snacktacular. We was both in line at Burger King getting the rodeo burger. It was at that moment right there I knew this was the one. So I said, white princess, let me buy that rodeo burger for you. She said, you get the burger, I get the fries. Next thing you know, we in the back of my motherfucking hoopty, and she's hooptying. If you know what I mean. My dad's like, that sounds like a fucking good story. But let me poke a hole in that story. I was there that day. How do I know? I'm going to tell you. And then this is going to blow your guys' fucking mind. But at the same time that they were eating burgers together, I was talking to his homeboy, and I'm not going to lie. $100 made me holler. He paid me to do the wild thing. Ricky's like, what were you doing? It doesn't fucking matter what I'm doing. You were doing time, pendejo. If you were out here and you were buying burgers for your old lady, then she wouldn't be having these little fucking mocosos running around here. I never liked this one anyways. I always thought he looked like Arsenio Hall in a bad mood. Party all the time, party all the time. That's all he wants to do. So my family's far from racial, but when it gets real close, they get real grimy, right? So meanwhile, Pepe's there sitting on the porch. He's like, I didn't know if I should take flight or if I should take another fucking shot. I said, because they fucked my whole eye up. I said, so I'm out there with them like, man, I don't know what's going on here, bro. Sheeta's like beating around the bush. Ricky's over there having a heart attack. My tia is just pulling everyone's covers, and the black dude's pacing back and forth. His kid done passed him like 3 times on a tricycle. He don't even know it yet. I won't see my baby. Bitch, you see your baby. He's right there. Look at him. Right? So anyways, Sheila fucking has to admit her wrong. She's like, okay, we had it. Some extracurricular activities going on, right? So that was like the big family secret. My tia was like, I know it. I knew he wasn't one of ours. I could tell Rick, I told you he wasn't one of ours, pendejo. We don't like DMX. Okay, he's slipping, he's falling. She kicks him, and now he can't get up. You need to pay child support, you fat fucker. And the black dude's like, oh, I'm gonna take care of mine. I'm gonna take care of mine, right? Dude, yours has rode around you on a bicycle like 3 times, and you haven't even paid attention to him. Your eyes are locked on Sheila. You know what it was really about, right? He got him a little loving, a little mixed stuffing, and he was still trying to come back. He was trying to double back for that, right? He was like a Mozzie song. He was doubling back for that AK. But anyways, or that SKS, but at the end of the day, Sheila was taken and taken, and she wasn't going nowhere, Holmes. You know, especially with Pepe being there, because they had some extra shit going on. Pepe's like, let me take Negro, can I talk to you? See? Okay, there's a lot of issues right here. See? Let me pull you to the side. See, I really talk to you. Let me give you the knowledge you can't get in college. See? So it goes like this. See? Okay, she's with my primo. That's my primo's a lady, right? Let's get that straight at the top. We don't want to get that misconstrued. See? And then you come out of nowhere looking like a bowling ball, literally. See? Same pigmentation. So you come looking like a bowling ball, like a wrecking ball, talking about that's my chick, that's my kid, this kid. But hey, around here, you know what makes the world go round? Is it Compton? But besides Compton, and let me say it in your language, Swahili. Like that. I'm like, hey, that doesn't mean money. Okay, fucking, he knows what it means. They say if he doesn't, he needs to step his game up. They say, look, Kisu, Inyak, Enway, poof, poof. Send some money. That's what we need. In fact, primo, can I borrow the wallet? I'm doing bad. They say, one more day. So look, it's gonna go down like this. They say, we're gonna split it up. You're gonna have time with your child. They say, thank God, get that little fucker out of here. You get Wednesdays and Fridays. They say, you fat dude, you get Saturdays and Sundays because we like our weekends. We like our weekends. And Ricky, he has Monday and Tuesdays, and myself, I'm not gonna have no day. See, every day is a party day for me. If you understand what I'm saying. And speaking of that, Zach, get over here and come sit next to the man that you really love, right? So of course you sit next to Ricky. He's like, hey, what happened? I come from Compton. You were saying that last night when I was doing the Gagusha, I was doing the Orlando Anderson. Look, I don't know what was going on there. I'm sitting here listening. My dad's like, Mijo, I'm sorry I had to call you, but all I seen was a black guy with a baseball bat. And he's like, I got no bat. She was like, again, he has a palo. Look at it right there. Look close. A black man with a baseball bat. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. They beat it. They beat shit up. I'm like, oh, yeah, my dad's getting too crazy, right? So I'm like, look, this is the way it's going to be, bro. If it's your kid, take your little DNA, pay your child support. You can see your kid. She's like, I don't even know if it's his, right? I'm like, listen, you're starting to sound more and more like Ricky every day. Ricky's like, nobody's even talking to me about my feelings. I'm a fucking Norteno. I'm acting. I don't want my old lady to have kids with a black guy. I said, well, the fact of the matter is she already has, bro. So you're going to have to do like you do in prison and kick it on the same side of the yarda with your son. Because, and Black Dude's like, hold up. That ain't his son. That's my son. I said, listen, bro, have you paid for anything in this house? Nah, but at the same time, bro, come on, man, let's keep it G. I said, I am going to keep it G. Social Security and food stamps got this kid covered like a state blanket, itchy but warm. Look, man, I'm not trying to get involved in your guys' business, but at the same time, I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. You guys decide this. Well, this is what ends up happening. They figure it out. Come to find out, that is his kid. We knew it. Me and my tia knew it. We used to make jokes. Lick it, Lino. Look at it. Because it's easy like Sunday morning, right? All the rest of the kids are sitting there. They're watching Dora the Explorer. This guy wants to watch fucking Scooby-Doo. Like, there was always something different. Just a little something, right? It wasn't bad, but at the end of the day, it was different. And I'm just saying, to keep it real. And my tia used to be like, look at my grandson, Don Cornelius. So Trey. We were just, it was like a quietly kept secret because Ricky swore up and down. Up and down. No, I'm going to cut the hair. Why would I cut his Mongolian? It's just a poof. Well, his hair's a little awkward, primo. I don't know why. It's because I think back in the days, my mom slept with a black man. Yeah, blame it on moms. Now listen here, fucker, I have several times. But that time when I had you, it was a fucking paisa on a corner. Your dad looks like a catfish. Yeah, I don't know why, but I fucking stumbled, fell in shit, and voila, there you are, bitch. Right? I'm like, so my tia was everyone's trying to tell stories. So it's always been a quietly kept secret. Anyways, they worked it out, right? Well, Sheila worked it out a little too much. So what had happened was this dude would come swoop his kid up. There was no drama. Eventually, Ricky conceded that was his son, but this dude could play daddy too, right? We convinced Ricky, like, he's like, well, but why does my son gonna have two dads? Because he does. But does that mean we get money? Like, yeah, you guys get child support. I can buy the BB gun at Kmart. Yeah, you can buy the BB gun at Walmart. Not Kmart, it's Walmart now. All right, then it's all good, right? He was all happy. He's good for it. As long as he can get him his BB gun, his son was worth the exchange. So now what happens is Sheila goes from this dude would come pick the kid up, like that. Hey, it's fucking one of the Commodores in the front door again, the fat one. Yeah, it's fucking Harold Melvin from the Blue Notes. He's right here. It's not even Harold Melvin. It's the Blue Note. That big fat fucker's out there again, and his music is shaking. It's got my roaches all scared and shit. Get him, right? So of course she would go out there. She'd do the exchange. He'd pick his son up, man, bring his son back. I ain't gonna lie, the brother was a solid motherfucker. He'd bring his kid back with shoes, clothes. All the other kids were like, it was raggedy, right? It was all bad. Like they had more roaches on their body than they did t-shirts. You know, even Pepe was like, yes, I'm tired of flicking the roaches at the kids. He can work at CPS. He said, I'm not a cop caller, but at the same time, he said, we got to do something about this. And Mijo, come here, Mijo. I think you got a roach in your nose, right? And so my dad was like, it's not leave my fucking roaches alone, you son of a bitch, number 5. Leave them alone. Because if I have to make a choice, it's not going to be a hard one to make. You'll be out there struggling with your spoon bone fucking dry, puto, right? So he's like, calm down. I said, don't take it there. Don't take it. I'm just saying, I feel bad for the children, you see, because I believe the children are the future. Treat them well and let them lead the way. That's as long as they lead the way to the next connection. Because I don't know what's going on here, but shit is getting depressing, I say. I'm about to go back to Long Beach, right? Like what? Anyways, Changa had been calling him off the hook. He was about done with this bullshit. So what happens is Sheila ends up one day, this black dude's like, hey, I'm going to take the kid to the park. Do your other kids want to go? So Sheila's like, oh, I can't let the kids go with a black man by themselves, right? Like that makes a difference, right? I'm going to go too. Ricky's like, well, why do you got to go? He was like, oh, yeah, I got a perfect spot for you. I ain't going to lie. That truck was riding like this. The kids were in that motherfucker like looking down, like, because they were in high seats and all kinds of shit, high chairs. He had a high chair in the back, not a fucking car seat, a high chair. A little fucking, you know what I mean? His son was G'd up though. Now he has cornrows, all kinds of shit, right? Ricky's like, well, but he was supposed to have a Mongolian. What is this? I said, that's called it's similar. It's called a dookie braid, right? And that's how he's gonna roll. So, anyways, they end up going to the park, and she got pregnant again. Now, how'd that happen? She says she went down the slide and landed into a puddle of something, and that's just how it happened. Come to find out, 9 months later, and they were at it again. Baby daddy pulled back up. I want to see my daughter, right? He pulled up on his Bob shit, right? Just of what it is, my family, man, there's a lot of family secrets. Ricky eventually raised all the kids, and they got the kids. I don't even know if baby daddy's still around. I remember fucking with him, though. He was a cool-ass black dude. He'd come around, he'd be like, man, you ain't, hey, mijo. He used to call me mijo. Hey, mijo. He was an older black dude, too. He's like, man, you ain't never heard a system like this. He'd put his shit on, and his shit go, and shake the whole fucking block. Cows, deer, tractors, everything was flipping. It was crazy. Anyways, that's how it went down. My dad was like, what am I supposed to do with this shit? She keeps bringing these fucking little kids home. And it looks like the United Nations over here. So I was getting, I'm not joining NATO. Okay? I don't want nothing to do with this shit. And Ricky's like, well, but it doesn't matter. We get more food stamps. You're right about that, son. And for that, I could say I love the kids. But if they cut us off food stamps, I'm cutting you off kids. And I'm just going to say that right now. And that fat bitch and her kids could do it pushing. Needless to say, there was a lot of times that Sheila ended up at her mom's, her disgruntled ass mean mom. We'll do a story how my tia had to beat up her mom a few different times. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the Super Norteno, that's the Super Norteno baby daddy story. The brother was cool. We used to kick it and shit. He used to be like, oh, man, y'all Mexicans don't know nothing about no barbecuing or grilling, right? And Ricky, well, you got to put some chicken in there? I was like, he's like, oh, why you got to get racial? Because I like it. You put a little spread and it looks like a whale bird. Anyways, you know what it is, man. Pepe, meanwhile, was the case. All I know about and all I care about is putting that needle to the skin. It's a puppy, skin puppy. That's all I care about. I don't care about the kids. I don't care about the food stamps. Although that fucking carne seca we had last night was bomb. Go TikTok, right? Anyways, with that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. If you like the Super Norteños, put a 1 in the comment section so I can continue to do them. If you don't, put a 2, and we'll cut that shit off right now. The gun.